Fellow Algebra, let's talk section 10.5. We are going to learn a new topic, but before we do, be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing one another in love. Make every effort to keep unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. Guys, I ask this for you. I ask that you try your hardest to keep unity with others, to treat each other in love. Lord, I ask that you bless the kids in this class and have them accomplish this. Questions for 10.4 we will take in class as we go. Make sure your name, first and last name, and your hour is on your worksheet. Hand those in as a group. And I would love for you to try this challenge problem on your 10.5 notes. So what I want you to do is, on the very bottom, under 3 and 4, write it down, or maybe, actually on the back would be great. On the back of your 10.5 notes, write this problem down, and I would love for you to triple distribute this and get an answer. So, box method or triple distribution, you decide. Pause the video, do the problem, and then come back and check your answer. Great. After you pause the video and you did this problem, you should have got this. For an answer, 54x to the fourth plus 7x cubed minus 34x squared, I don't know why that dot is there, plus 22x minus 12. If you didn't get that, we can talk about it later. All right, next problem. Look at this problem. We know how to do this, right? If we were to put this into a box method, we would very easily do that. We've got x plus 3 on this side, x minus 3 on this side, and when I do this times this, I'm going to get x squared. When I do this times this, I'm going to get negative 3x. When I do this times this, I'm going to get 3x. And when I do 3 times negative 3, I'm going to get negative 9. All right, now I need to add those together. I'm going to add those together. Remember, these are like terms, but what happens here? 3x plus negative 3x, oh wow, that zeroes out. So if that zeroes out, then what do I have left? I've got x squared minus 9. Fantastic. All right, let's look at another example. So if I've got 2x squared plus 3 times 2x squared minus 3, when I distribute my first distribution, I get 4x to the fourth minus 6x squared. Correct? Correct. All right. Now, I'm going to do 3 times 2x squared and 3 times negative 3. And I get 6x squared minus 9. Again, this is going to zero out, right? And I've got 4x to the fourth minus 9. Excellent. So that's 4x to the fourth minus 9. Is this a parabola? It's not. This is not a parabola. But if I was going to look at the graph on that last one over here, this graph would be a parabola because of my x squared. Okay. Making sure you notice, is there a pattern? This is a plus, this is a minus, and I get a minus here. This is a plus, this is a minus, otherwise they're exactly the same. And, and I get a minus here. This is called the difference of squares. The difference of squares is a rule that we've got. It only happens when we have opposite signs. And it says that a squared minus b squared is going to be your answer. So whatever this first term is, I'm going to square that. If there's a number in it, I'm going to square that as well. And then my second number, my b, I'm going to square the number and the variable, and then I'm going to write down my answer, if you feel comfortable with that. Otherwise, we always know how to do that. So, if you feel comfortable with that rule, we can simply write down this answer. A squared minus b squared would give me 9n squared, a minus sign, and 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Okay? Now, if you don't feel comfortable with this rule, we can always figure that out. Throw it in your box. We've got 3n plus 2, and we've got 3n minus 2. 3n times 3n gives me 9n squared. 3n times 2 gives me 6n. 3n times negative 2 gives me negative 6n. That'll zero out. And 2 times negative 2 gives me negative 4. And that is where our, because this will zero out. Okay? So my 9n squared minus 4 came from that. Okay. Let's look at one more example. Maybe. All right. So, again, you could use your rule here, or we could double distribute. Okay, here's my rule if I wanted to use that. Now, if I double distribute, I'm going to get 4c times 4c. That's going to be 16c squared. 4c times 7d is going to be 28cd. Positive, right? Now I'm going to do negative 7d times 4c is going to give me negative 28cd. And then negative 7d times positive 7d, I didn't leave room for it, is going to give me negative 49. I gotta make a little bit of room. Negative 28cd. And that's going to be negative 49, what? D squared. So what's my answer? Well, my answer is 16c squared minus 49d squared, right? If I used my rule, I would have got the same thing. Any way you'd like to do it, however you feel comfortable, box method, double distribute, or use that rule. See, if I would have just squared my 4, 16, and then c squared, square my b, which is 49, d squared, and make this a minus sign. So use the rule, use solving, you decide, but now please do your worksheet. God bless. Have a great weekend.